Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Bonnie back with another video. It's June 2nd today. Hope you guys are doing great, enjoying the summer. It's finally here. I'm loving it. I don't know if you guys can hear the background noise, but I can hear everybody in my pool outside in my complex, which is awesome. I love that it's finally that time of year. So, what I wanted to talk about today was keeping depression at bay. That is something that I struggle with sometimes, and I know I'm definitely not alone in this. Um, One reason I wanted to mention it today was just because summers are a little bit challenging for me. Nothing I really want to get into right now, but just some things have happened that make summer a little bit more depressing for me, a little bit sad time. I know a lot of people have like seasonal depression that typically is more of a winter thing, but for me, it just typically is more of a summertime when it starts to hit me. So I wanted to make this video because I'm sure I'm not the only one out there who gets a little bit down certain times of the year, whether it's, summer or winter. We all have those times. So for me, one of the biggest things I've noticed is definitely if I start feeling myself get sad or depressed or anything, I start exercising more, getting out in that sunshine. Today I re-downloaded Pokemon Go on my phone just to, give myself more of an excuse to go for a walk and then just kind of walked around the neighborhood for a little bit. Hatched a couple eggs, didn't go too far, but enough to get myself out there, feel the sun, just it really made me feel all the difference. You could try hiking, walking, maybe finding a sport. I enjoy axe throwing every now and then. There's a couple places in Denver to do that. That's pretty fun. You could also do like rock wall climbing, or there's drop-in leagues for certain sports. You can find like karate classes. I mean, the sky is really the limit. There's so many different kinds of exercises. I mean, I have a bike, you go biking, like whatever it is. Just, I feel like if you just sit around and don't do anything, that, especially if you're not getting in that sunshine, like that really is going to impact your mood. The next thing, super obvious, but again, it's something I don't always think about when I'm depressed, and that's eating healthy. Especially when I start feeling myself getting down and depressed, I make sure that I have, at least some fruits and veggies every day. And, sometimes, you're depressed, you don't want to eat, or you just want to eat junk food or whatever, but like really making sure that you have something. Like, even if I'm like, oh, well, I just want to eat French toast for breakfast, like maybe I'll like cut up some banana or like cook up an apple and, put a little, just a little something just to, give yourself those extra vitamins because it does really help. Another thing is spending time with friends, which, I know sounds obvious, but hey, if you're getting depressed, I know I've noticed, at least with myself, if I'm getting depressed, then I do usually, kind of isolate myself, and that's not going to help the situation. So you really got to make sure that you're not isolating yourself, which is the same kind of exercising. You got to get out there. You got to, see the world and the people, and, you can't be just, stuck in one tiny little bubble because that's never going to help you. Another thing that really helps me is setting goals. And it doesn't have to be anything big, but just that feeling of setting a goal and then working to accomplish it, it does really give you a little sense of pride, and it does, help motivate you to kind of, push forward in other things. And it can be, in anything, health, fitness, financial, sometimes it'll just be, oh, I need to clean, one room and that'll be the goal. It doesn't really matter what the goal is. It's more about setting the goal and completing the goal. It really does something for your mood. So just that's something I can't recommend enough is just, you know, have something that you're working towards. You're going to read a book, or maybe you're going to practice, a foreign language, or just have something that you're working towards. Um, and then the last thing that really helps me, which I don't think a lot of people think about all the time, is keeping a clean house. It does really impact your mood if you're sitting in this, you know, place that's not clean, that smells bad. Maybe you didn't turn the lights on, like, if you make it where it's not an inviting environment, and then again, if you're like isolating yourself in there all the time and you're not going out and exercising and you're not hanging out with your friends, like that'll really bring you down. So, especially if you're like me and when you get depressed, you kind of like spend more time at home and away from people, then you definitely want to make sure that you have, a clean home, open the curtains, light a candle, any little thing to just make it a more inviting place. It really will, like, your environment really does shape your mood. And I don't think a lot of people really consider that these days. And then, of course, the final thing is, and if it gets too bad, always reach out. I don't have insurance, so I understand that for a lot of people in America, that is a concern. But there are free resources in pretty much every state and in a lot of cities as well. So, don't let that be a deterrent if you get to a point where you need help. If somebody needs some help and if you comment, I'll do my best to help you. I do know of some free resources in Denver, which I have used before. Um, Beyond that, I'd be willing to help somebody look if you need them. But yeah, just keep in mind that if you need the resources, um, there are options out there that don't take and that don't always require insurance, because I know that it can be very cost prohibitive for some people to get help. But yeah, just know that while it can be expensive, that if you really need the help, there are options. So I will talk to you guys again soon. I hope this helped you guys. I would love to hear what you guys do when you start feeling down and depressed. Definitely leave those below, because I think everybody in the world could use all the advice that they can get on that these days. So love to hear what you guys have to say about this. I'll definitely keep posting videos regularly. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much for staying.